Hello, welcome to this update for Europe. Let's see what's happening. We have a low pressure system in the Mediterranean between Sardinia and Sicily with many storms. Yesterday we had like a giant storm near Sicily, and the highest convective activity now is just to the east and south of Sicily. And this system will bring more rain and storms towards the Balkans and other areas. So there's now like this small low pressure system near Italy. It goes with more storms on Thursday throughout southern Italy, and then Thursday into Friday. This goes into the southern Adriatic Sea and starts bringing rain and storms towards Albania, Montenegro, spots of Bosnia Friday, and then later Friday across Greece. This goes, and by Saturday it dissipates, but still shows some rain on Saturday across southeastern Europe. And guess where this storm system came from? It's the same system that brought the crazy storms to Spain there. So it's already in Italy. And then the rain accumulation does show next 5 days near southern Italy, even to 73 millimeters, a few spots close to 100 with the strongest storm. So be careful with flooding in those areas across Greece. Even shows some isolated areas to 136 millimeters in Albania too, across Montenegro, southern Bosnia, a few storms. So be careful with these showers and storms. There might be some moderate risk of water spouts with the storms and heavy rain and lightning. So stay safe, and also some rain expected across northern Africa into Tunisia and Algeria. So be aware. And across Spain, still shows some rain the next 5 days, especially in Galicia and northern Portugal, some rain. But in eastern Spain, it's better, but still shows like 13 millimeters next 5 days, northeastern Spain, in a few areas. Further inland, a little showers, but nothing crazy. So nothing like what happened last week. So be aware, especially across southern southeastern Europe now, the strongest storms, and a storm or two across Malta as well. So be aware. And then show some fronts across northwestern Europe, especially the UK into France and northern Iberia in those areas. So that calm weather you had in the last week or so, because that high pressure system might end soon. So shows Thursday tomorrow a few slight showers in Eastern Europe, a few areas. This front is still out in the Atlantic Friday, and then Saturday starts arriving probably in Ireland. Some rain on Saturday into the UK Saturday night into Sunday, and a storm or two in Spain and Portugal as well from this big front across northwestern France. And by Sunday into Monday, some more rain across Spain and France, there into Germany, the Netherlands, and more areas. This front might eventually bring snow in the Alps by the 20th to the 21st. So be aware in those areas. I have no idea why it just turned black and white, but shows Tuesday, the 21st, still some rain across Central Europe from these systems. And let's see what happened here, because it suddenly is black and white and everything. But I don't think you mind. So let's see. So the rain accumulation, and it also turned black and white here finally. I don't know what happened. So if I put it until the 25th, alright, it shows more across spots of Central Europe, and it's black and white again. Shows in Italy, spots of France, even like 100 millimeters next 10 days. Central France, and another thing that might happen, like shows even like 200 millimeters next 10 days. Northwestern Spain, close to 100 northern Portugal. So better watch this area later in October for future fronts. So here show like 200, 100 few areas. and I have no idea why this is black and white again. So stay safe in those areas. There in the UK, next 10 days, even when like 122 millimeters in a few areas, and just 5 days shows like 28 millimeters, 60 millimeters for 42, nothing crazy, but be aware. And here for snow shows there in the Alps until the 20th, spots of Switzerland, northern Italy, some 6 centimeters. If I put 10 days out, show some 16, 18 centimeters, a few spots there in the Alps. So be aware, nothing too crazy, but does show some. The Pyrenees is still nothing, but shows some snow. A few spots in Eastern Europe, like near Romania, Ukraine, some 4 centimeters next 10 days. 5 days just shows like a few areas to some 5 centimeters in a few spots there. So be aware. Shows in the Caucasus as well, some like 26, 27 centimeters, 7, and a little bit in Turkey. And I just found out why it was black and white because I went beyond 5 days. That's new. I didn't know that. Here, so let's continue. Shows across Scandinavia, more snow, especially in Norway and Sweden. Most of like northern, central Norway, northern Norway there into Russia shows a lot of snow, some 74 centimeters, 24. Northern Finland, some snow already, and like into northern Sweden. So be aware. And a hint of snow a few areas, but like very little in the south, barely nothing. So be aware. The temperature is still pretty cold across the highest elevations in the Alps and northern Scandinavia, especially like northern Norway and Sweden there, -4, -5, and most of western Russia pretty chilly. So during the nights, a few spots of the Carpathians into Romania, Ukraine, some negative temperatures in the Balkans as well, and there in the Caucasus, some -6, even less in some high elevations. So be aware. It's still kind of warm across southern Portugal and Spain, kind of above average still, but nothing crazy. Thursday, this coast it does drop in the Pyrenees already to 0 in a few areas close to -1. So there's already starting some cold there as well, and spots in the Alps, especially Friday, and then most of Scandinavia, some active temperatures by Saturday morning, Friday into Saturday. So some -6 even in Norway on Friday, not areas across Finland and Iceland. During the afternoon, it does warm up some, but like not much. This is Friday afternoon, shows like some 5 degrees, 6, but into Saturday morning, shows like this cold takes over much of Finland into Scandinavia and Norway and northwestern Russia because of some cold air coming down. So be careful. Some other notable spots in the Caucasus and the Alps with some negative temperatures and other spots. The rest of Europe is mild to chilly, like some 13 degrees, 12 degrees, 11 degrees during the night. A few spots colder, like central France, spots in the Balkans, slightly colder. So be aware, Saturday. It does warm up in the afternoon, like some 19 degrees in Spain, near 27, even in Portugal. Spots southern Greece, Turkey in the 20s still, but spots in the northeast still cold, like some 6 degrees even during the day. And then Sunday morning might start some real first hint of cold of the season. So shows like in Czechia into Germany some active temperatures already. Possibly this is all probability. It shows in Austria some active temperatures, Romania into Ukraine. The GFS is a similar thing as well. So Sunday shows this belt in the Baltics into Russia, spots in Scandinavia still some active temperatures. The UK is actually quite fine still. So Sunday warms up in southern France a little bit, and then this cold remains across Eastern Europe and Russia, especially most of Eastern Europe in the Balkans, into Russia, spots of Poland. So be aware. In the Alps too, Monday. does warm up slightly there across Spain in the afternoon. Monday the 20th, a few spots there in the south, and then during the night it drops again, especially there in the Alps. And as you all know, it's black and white again, and seeing beyond that would be kind of hard. So be aware, especially this cold in Eastern Europe, because there's this long range model here, shows like that wave of below average temperatures in Eastern Europe. This is actually this week, Monday, this goes and like shows slightly above average in Western Europe still. And today's Wednesday, the 15th, so right now it's like this. This goes, that second wave in Scandinavia, below average temperatures, dive down to Eastern Europe again. So they are just having some back-to-back cold snaps. It's kind of crazy there. But later does get possibly some above average later in October spots Central Europe before it might drop again in spots the West. But that's too far out, so be aware in those areas. And then there's here the high resolution model. There were a few storms in eastern Spain this afternoon, and those storms in the Mediterranean. But tomorrow afternoon, Thursday, shows like especially spots central Spain, even northeastern Spain, a storm or two again. So be aware. On Friday, possibly a few lingering ones close to the coast. No, nothing that crazy, so be aware. And for wind gusts, possibly some gusty winds, the cold front coming later next weekend. But now shows in Norway, slightly gustier. Wednesday, Thursday, there in the Azores, a few fronts nearby. And then shows Saturday, there in Ireland, slightly gustier that front. Saturday, Sunday, northwestern France into northern Spain. Already shows some gusty winds. This goes, the low pressure spinning the Mediterranean might produce some gusts south of Italy. And then this goes Monday, still shows possibly some strong gusts with a few cold fronts. So be aware, especially later this month. I know it's black and white, but shows a bigger one near France and a few spots in Western Europe. So still watching, be aware those areas and stay safe, the storms and everything.